so today our lesson is the second of the 4 agreements, which is, does anybody know? Go ahead.
Don't assume, no expectation, don't assume anything.
No.
We'll hope.
Don't take anything personally. Don't take anything personally. Okay, so this is a really tough one because we are the center of our universe. That is the truth of it. So everything that we come in contact with, every experience that we have, is definitely seen from the perspective of us, because we reside within our physical shell. And that's what it means, and that's what we practice, is to be the observer, to be the alert observer, and also the annihilation of self, because when those things are, we're working on those things, then we are intending not to take things as personally as we should. Why are you with me?
He stared at me, so
okay. It's just really funny. So, I think it's fair to say that this is probably one of the most difficult of the 4 agreements, is not to take things personally. Because of course it's easy not to take things personally on some levels, and then on other levels it's much more difficult. For example, we've talked a number of times about being in the car, right? We're driving in the car, we're in a big hurry to get from point A to point B, and someone cuts us off. And we get really mad. And some of us say bad words. And some of us make obscene gestures. So, is that appropriate? Are you taking that personally? Well, yeah, you're taking it personally, but somewhere in our mind, we're able to remove ourselves personally from that, knowing that they don't know you personally, right? They don't know you are in your car. And you know that they're not intentionally cutting you off. They're not cutting Suzanne off. They're just in a hurry going wherever they're going. So you might take it personally in that it's an inconvenience for you, but you don't take it personally on an intimate level. You're like, okay, I get it. They have to go to the bathroom. Their kid is locked out of the house and screaming at them on their phone in the car. You know, whatever's going on that they have, you understand. On an intellectual, rational level, you can reason through that situation and not take it personally. But how do you feel when someone that you know and that you care about says hurtful things intentionally to provoke a response from you? How many of us have done that? How many of us have had that done to us? Do we take it personally? Yeah. Because we're thinking that it's meant personally. We're thinking that it's meant personally, that they're saying whatever they're saying because they truly feel that way about you. Which does a number of very negative things. You know, it breaks down the love that we have for each other, which is essential, right? We should be having that kind of love that excels all thought and all mind, right? Agape. We should see past the imperfections of that person in the way that they're communicating with us or trying to elicit a response from us, and see the light in them. That they are as perfect a spiritual being as you are. Or you think you are. So, how do we do that? How do we remove ourselves from that? How do we become less offended by the things and that people do and the things that people say? Because sometimes they don't say anything, they just do something. And you're like, holy crap, they know that was going to hurt my feelings. You know that diminishes me as a human being. Of course. Sometimes it's unintentional. And certainly that's much easier to overlook and not take personally. But when it's intentional, it's much harder to work through that. Well, the one thing that we have to remember is what? We also have done that. Duh. And did we mean the things we say? Maybe we did. And that's something to examine in and of itself. Are you being impeccable with your word? See rule number 1. Right? we taking things personally because we want to respond? We feel a desire to engage in a dialogue. Unfortunately, that kind of a dialogue is not going to be productive. It's not. So in response to somebody being unkind to you, or your perception of unkind to you, what happens? You're unkind back. I'll get you. You're going to say mean things about me? I'm going to say meaner things about you. I'm going to call you out on this. I'm going to call you out on that. That's not loving. That's not respecting the light, and that's not being impeccable with your word. It's being hurtful. And it's not being awakened. Right? Because really being awakened isn't about other people. It's about you. It's about how you respond to the things that happen in your life. How do you not take things personally? Guess what? Because it's not all about you. What's going on in their life is about them. And are we simple? No. We are extremely complex. We are complicated human beings. And so whatever's going on with me, you can only see certain layers of that. Some of that I don't even see, and it's going on inside me. So how do we respond when somebody is saying something hurtful, doing something hurtful? We respond with love. Because that's how we would want somebody to respond to us. That's how we reflect not taking things personally. We de-escalate. We don't escalate. If there's confusion, what do? Clarify. We clarify. We simplify. Is it okay? It's fine. It's fine. I'm hurt. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're hurt. I'm in pain. I'm suffering. Can I help? Can I help? If I can't help, can I pray for you? Those are the responses that an awakened person goes through. So what if in taking things personally, we are looking at taking things personally in an abstract way? Everything happens to me. Did you ever have a day like that?
Yep.
I know I have. It's like, oh, things happen in threes. No, they happen in tens. No, they don't happen like that at all. It's what we put into it. It's the energy that we put into a situation that we get back from a situation. So if you're having a bad day from the beginning of the day and you're taking it personally, and you continue to take everything personally, boy, the universe is out for me. What worse can happen? I'll probably get in an accident on my way to work. Guess what? Boom. You did it to yourself. Thoughts are things. And you said it out loud, be impeccable with your word. These are all tied up in each other. And so how do you then remove yourself emotionally from that? You apply the awakened lessons that you've learned, right? You know the universe is not out to get you, right? It's not conspiring to see you defeated. What is it doing?
Answering whatever you're
It's
thinking.
answering whatever you're thinking, whatever you're feeling, whatever you're putting out, it's giving you back, right? Cause and effect. And we believe that it conspires for your best and highest good. So if that's what you're putting out, you're going to get that back a whole lot faster and a whole lot more abundantly than the bad stuff. So if you're feeling bad, like the world is against you and you're taking it personally and bad things always happen to me and I don't know why this is happening to me, it's not happening to you. It's happening for you. For you. Challenges are presented to you in order for you to grow from them. You have the tools to overcome them. You have the ability to learn and to move through those situations. So it's not personal, it's situational. It's situational. You walk into a room and people are ignoring you. It's not you that they're ignoring. They're just busy in their own head doing their own thing. So your job is then to interact with your reality, with your experience, and change that. Change the way that it moves. Change the way that it feels. Change the way that you think, and you can change your entire life. Change your entire reality. Change your interpersonal relationships. Change your luck, because you make your luck. You make good things happen. You do good things for somebody. How many times does this happen? You do something nice for somebody, what happens to you in the next 12 hours? Something nice happens for you. Almost guaranteed. Somebody pays for your groceries, you pay for the guy behind you, they pay for the guy behind them, they pay for... That's the way it goes. That's the way energy flows. That's the way love expands. So really, if you're feeling that it's all about you, right, and you're taking everything personally, it means that you're being myopic.
What's that?
Small. You're seeing things in a very small way. I can only see this, and you're missing all of this that's going on. All these other things that are going on. So you break that down to a small situation, right? You say something to me, I don't like it. I'm pissed off, right? And instead of thinking, well, why would he say that? What does that mean? What is going on there? Are you hurting? Yeah, something's going on. I can actually heal and help heal that situation just by being aware. Just by being awake and aware of the fact that I shouldn't take things personally. It changes your perspective on situations. And really, you should look for those opportunities. Look for those opportunities to grow intellectually, spiritually, and evolve as a spiritual person. So next time something happens in your life, even if you got fired from a job, it's not about you. There's a bigger picture here. There's a lot of stuff going on in the universe that we see, and guess what? That we don't see. A lot more that we don't see than what we see. And becoming aware of that is becoming awakened. Can we learn from that? Can we grow from that? I'm looking for those opportunities. So it seems like it's a bad thing to be calling that to you, but guess what? It's a really good thing to be calling that to you. Because the more challenging situations come your way, the more opportunity that you have to do a personal inventory and become a little thicker skinned, right? Don't wear your heart on your sleeve. Be strong, be firm. Be a grown-up spiritual person. Encourage others. Diffuse situations. And don't take things personally. And I leave that with you. It's a blessing.
That was great.
It's hard.
Oh, no,
It's hard.
Be a rhino.
What do you call it?
Be a rhino.